Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Hope you guys have enjoyed listening to all of these incredible speakers. They're amazing. Thank you guys so much for inviting me to be part of the Fall Summit. I feel pretty honored to be asked. I love this platform. I love this app. And obviously those of you at home office know this. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about the dreaded B word. Not that one. We're going to talk about the word busy. It's like the buzzword right now. We're all so busy. Not only that, we're moving into the busy season. End of October, November, December is the busiest selling season of the year for many of us. So we're going to talk today about how to combat the busyness and move past it with intention with your business and be successful for the next few months. So let me introduce myself. My name is Rainey Babcock. I have been with my company for 9 years. It's been amazing. I love this company. It's the best thing ever. And I am a busy mom of 2 young men who are probably the most involved kids, not on the planet, but you know what I mean. We're super busy. I'm going to say that word a lot. Get ready. My oldest plays elite level baseball, and we travel the country watching him play and compete. And my youngest is part of the junior PGA. So my evenings and weekends are occupied with baseball at the ball field or golf on the golf course. Sometimes playing golf with him, but most of the time just following him around on a golf cart. So most evenings you'll find me sitting in the stands or sitting in my car or following him around on a golf cart. Which leaves very little time for home parties or events. But I can't let that be an excuse for my business. I do this business because I want to be able to spend as much time making memories and soaking up every little bit with those boys as I possibly can. And you guys know this, we only have them for 18 years. So the more I can spend time, quality time with them, the better. And this is where I feel that the Amy app is absolutely priceless to your business. When I first started my business 9 years ago, I worked really, really hard and was very intentional with growing my list of 100 and growing my network so that during this season of life for me, at any given moment, I have a very large field of customers that I can call on and follow up with. And this is where my master list or my list of 100 and my Amy app literally go hand in hand. When I was asked to be part of the pilot program a while back, it was like the greatest thing ever because number one, I was already using a follow-up system, which was a binder system, and I wasn't always taking it with me between baseball bags and golf clubs and all of the things, right? Now we've got football and choir and student council and all the things. I wasn't always carrying that binder. I wouldn't always remember it, but I always had my phone. And so when they asked us to be part of this group and try out this new app, I'm like, sign me up. This is fantastic. So on any given night, you will see me at the football field, ball field with my phone in my hand while my kids are doing their thing. I'm doing my thing and I'm working my customer follow-up. Now, because of all of this, over 80% of my own personal business is from follow-up. The rest of it is from social media. Some of it's from events when I have time. But majority of my business is customer follow-up and calling on my list of 100. Okay? So how do I fit this incredible app into my day? I'm going to tell you. And some of this might have to be tweaked a little bit for those of you who work full time, but it's the same concept. So I have my Amy app set up where my to-do list goes live around 8:30 every single day, Monday through Friday. So what I do is I take my kids to school and I come back. Most of the time I come into my house and I get my cup of coffee and I work through my to-do list, normally 5, 10, 15 minutes at the most. And I get it all done. I think about it like my workouts. I know, how does follow-up and workouts go together? Well, I'm gonna tell you. If I get my workout done first thing in the morning, I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's done and over with. Same with customer follow-up. If I can get it done first thing in the morning and be intentional with it, it's done for the day. The hard part's done for the day, right? The initial contact with my customer is done for the day. Then the rest of the day can be occupied with the busyness, like the online shopping for holiday stuff or coordinating parties or being dragged from here, there, and yonder with your kids or your spouse or whatever. Because if you think about it, we as business owners can get highly distracted. We become very busy with back-end work or thank you notes or working with our team or whatever it is. We can get highly distracted. But if we're intentional with our time first thing in the morning, then our business then becomes front and center on our minds first thing. And then we think about our business, obviously, throughout the rest of the day. Our business doesn't get pushed to the back burner because everything else that's shiny jumps out at us and we feel like we're busy and we have to take care of all of those tasks before we work our business. Successful people are very intentional with their time. They're very intentional with the work that they do. So for me, I get up in the morning, get my kids off to school, come home. Sometimes I actually don't get out of my vehicle. Sometimes I just sit in the driveway because this also applies to those of you who work full time. You know that as soon as you get home and you open that door and you walk through the front door, other things will distract you. Whether it is laundry or dishes or dinner or tending to your pets or your kids or your husband or whatever it is, right? We get distracted. But if I work my business, if I plan to work my Amy app first thing in the morning and make contact with my customers first thing in the morning, I'm not highly distracted the rest of the day. Then in the evenings when I'm at baseball practice or at the golf course or whatever, then as those text messages and emails start filtering in or those social media interactions start coming, I can be working from my phone, entering orders and making notes. And I don't feel like I am running around unorganized. Another thing that I just started implementing in my business, and I hope that this helps you guys too. I think that we are all still students of this app at any moment as they continue to roll out new updates, which I love. I have been tracking my samples for a really long time, but I started something new with my business because I know that my customers are just as busy as I am. So for them to host a party and clean up their house and do all the things, I don't want to put that burden on them sometimes. So I started utilizing, I've always used basket parties in my business, but I started utilizing grab bags and pouch parties. And I'm using Amy to track and do follow-up for those grab bags. Also so that I don't forget who actually has my grab bags, because that happens too sometimes, right? So I just thought, I just learned this last week. I had another fellow consultant that said, well, why don't you just do this? I'm like, oh, duh. So as soon as somebody says they want to take a grab bag, and in my grab bags, it's just products and samples and catalogs and literature, all kinds of good little things in a tiny little pouch. As soon as somebody says they want to take one, whether I'm at baseball practice and another mom says, do you got any testers or samples? Heck yeah, I do. I go into my Amy app, I go to my contacts, and I create a new note, which you can easily do. There's lots of to-dos or how-tos in the group here. I create a new note, and I just put on there, follow up with grab bag for Paige or Rebecca, and I can set it to where it follows up with that person 2 days from now, 3 days from now, 4 days from now. One, it helps me not forget because again, we're in the busy season. We will become forgetful. This app is priceless when it comes to that. It's like my second brain. It helps me out. Oh my goodness. So I've been very intentional with my samples and my grab bags now in using Amy. Now my Amy app only takes me about 5, 10, 15 minutes every single day or more if I really want to work samples for the day and get those out into the world. something I've been talking about with my own team is products and samples that you have in your cabinet or in a drawer or in your car are not working for you during this busy season if they stay in that cabinet. So no matter what business you're in, get those samples and products out into the world and in front of people. Because especially in direct sales, if you can get a product in front of somebody, 9 times out of 10, they're going to buy it. If you can get a product or a sample in front of somebody or to take with them, and you can follow up with them in a couple of days and say, hey, what did you think about that sample I gave you? Did you like it? Or did you find anything in the catalog that you really loved? It's going to boost your sales for the month, because if they're like us, like me and you, we're busy. Sometimes we need a reminder. We need reminders. So especially during the end of October, November, and December, we want those bigger commissions. So make sure that you're being intentional with your time and not using the excuse of being busy, but really tackling your business in the morning and being intentional from the get-go with your regular customer follow-ups, your samples, your pouch parties, whatever it is that you're following up with. Make sure that you try and do that first thing in the morning so that you don't have that excuse later on at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night where you go, oh, I was really busy today and I just didn't get to it. When you don't get to your business, you don't earn commissions and you don't have that satisfaction of, I am a boss. Be intentional with your time. Be intentional with your Amy app. Let it work for you. It is well worth the cost. I say it's priceless all the time because like I told you guys before, I set my goals every single month at the beginning of the month. And from the car writer line, from baseball, from golf, from my kitchen table, sometimes from the bathroom, let's be honest, I can earn and collect and follow up, and I hit my 2,000 or more in sales every single month. And I don't use anything else as an excuse for taking care of my customers and working my business. So I hope you guys learned something or have an idea of how you're going to work your business during this busy season, and use that buzzword, or don't use the buzzword, whatever. But just don't let it be an excuse for you. Utilize this app and this platform to work for you so that you don't feel chaotic and out of control. Be intentional in the morning, work your business, let the follow-up do its job. If you use it, it will work for you. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. I hope that helped you. Feel free to put any comments or questions down below. I'd love to answer them and get to know you guys a little bit better, and help you bust through the busy season.